Yeah, I'm doing my wrestling podcast. Bro. Good night. I love you. Yeet. 4 letters. Yeet. What up, though? Hey, beautiful people. Give me a second. Hey, guys. I know, I'm all off whack. He came messing up my groove. There we go. Hey, there we go. Y'all know who it is. This your boy. Go see Spaceship Oasis, the Incredible, back for another edition of In This Corner, your Raw Wrestling Recap with a kick. Well. Naomi then got knocked the fuck up. And as soon as she hits the mountaintop, she has to lose the title. Damn you, Naomi. I ain't mad at it. You know, my thing is this. People got lives. And they got shit they got to do. And she probably, as a woman, you know, I took my phone off the case earlier, and I swear I didn't put it back on correctly. Yeah, I feel like I didn't put my phone back on correctly, y'all. I feel like I didn't put my phone on correctly. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. You know, people have lives, right? So let the girl look. That's her husband. Let him not in her. That's what he wanted to do. Now, Spaceship is a wrestling fan, and of course we had SummerSlam a couple weeks ago. Last week, I did not do the show. Me and J Rock was actually getting our certificate from the Go DJ, so I didn't miss Monday Night Raw. I just didn't do a recap. And so tonight I watched Raw, and usually I got like 2-3 pages of notes. Raw was meh to me. And I am not one of those that always talk about wrestling being meh. It was meh to me. There was not much. This recap may be like 10, 15 minutes long. Because it just wasn't nothing that really stood out besides the ending. And I'm thinking for Raw and SmackDown and WWE, and maybe I have a hangover with them going to ESPN because it's kind of fucking up. Because I like my cheap wrestling. I like my Peacock, right? I like my Netflix. I like my bullshit. Excuse me. Nigga tired too. But you know, it's like, and I know every year there's a drought, but I still be a fan of wrestling. Right now, it's like I'm not seeing anything. Why is it so high? I'm not seeing anything that's just making me go, wow. Besides what's happening in the end, what's happening with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Jey Uso and CM Punk. I like the main event. I like Judgment Day. Tag team division, null and void, really. Drew and Cody, it's okay. Bloodline, Sammy going to SmackDown, decent. I don't understand the plan for it. But they was from Philadelphia tonight. So I was like, okay, maybe it's finna pop. Maybe some shit finna go down. So we started the show. We was from Philadelphia. Paul Heyman started the show. He introduced everybody. Jey Uso came through the crowd. And he starts talking. This was just a show. Like, I didn't even really care to watch. It was hard for me to even do this recap. Like, they set up and Seth started talking, and they said Bron Breakker is the reason why Roman Reigns fears the spear now. Ooh. But, you know, Jey Uso comes out. They talk mess. Heyman's like, this is from Philly. We're down the street, a couple blocks away, Hammerstein Ballroom. So they set up an Extreme Rules match. What up, GG, for later on tonight. And at this time, I was like, where's Roman Reigns? Like, you got Jey, CM Punk, LA Knight, and Roman and Seth Rollins in this championship match. They're keeping Roman Reigns away from the title right now. You know, so and as we saw later on in the night, they're keeping him away from Bron Breakker right now because it looks like he's going to face Bronson Reed at Clash in Paris, which I think is cool because I think he should beat Bronson Reed, but he should lose to Bron Breakker. Roman Reigns should lose to Bron Breakker. Hear me. Roman Reigns should lose to Bron Breakker. That's my thing. Right? So then you had Io Sky face Raquel Rodriguez. Io Sky is wrestling again. Her shoulders are dope. It was a good match. Raquel, since Liv has been gone, it's been good. Now, Io told the Kabuki Warriors, stay back. Don't help me. I got this. And they were like, cool. But after the match, Raquel, after Io wins, Roxanne jumps in. They're beating up, and Roxanne gave Io a kick out the work, right? So then, here comes Rhea. Bye. So they Io and Rhea fight them off, new tag team. Later on, what happens is the Kabuki Warriors come as Io and Rhea are in the back, and Asuka's not happy with it. Asuka's like, wait a minute, ho. You told us to stay away from the ring. Why does Rhea get to come help you? And Io is over it. Io is so over it. And she walks off. Asuka tells Rhea, stay out of our business. And then you got Kyrie just looking on. But Kyrie gives that look like, we're going to beat you up too. So it looks like we're going to have a Kabuki Warrior versus Io and Rhea feud, which I like. It keeps them away from the tag titles. It keeps them away from the world title for now. And Io may even end up going back with them, which will cause Io and Rhea at WrestleMania. So we'll see that. You have the LA Knight CM Punk segment, and all night you saw LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso kind of intertwining. Like, look, we need to help each other. We need to stay firm so that we can beat Seth Rollins, because the ultimate goal is to beat Seth Rollins. But these three individuals don't like each other. I do like LA Knight in the main event. I think this should help him. Oh, also, Jey Uso. Stop bringing up that you beat Gunther, that you tapped out Gunther at WrestleMania. So do something else then before you end up in the tag division. You had Xavier Woods versus CM Punk. Versus Penta. Pretty decent match. Grayson Waller, it cracks me up. Penta wins with Mexican Destroyer. Nothing too big on this match here. After the match, they tried to jump. Penta. He gets the best of them as well. And then remember, this is all over Xavier Woods' hat, right? So next week, Penta will fight Kofi. But let's keep this going. I'm wondering if this is going to be the way that they bring Phoenix and maybe Andrade to Raw to face these the New Day or whatever. They announced Vikingo versus Dom. And I watched Triple Mania. Vikingo got booed. Bad. Dom was over. El Grande was over. Vikingo got booed. Bad. horribly. And so I'm thinking, because they're going to face that when Worlds Collide, I think September 12th. And I'm thinking now they're going to fuck around and let Dom beat Vikingo for the title, because they're not going to keep the title of Vikingo. Not the way they was booing him down in Mexico. Dom is going to win that AAA mega title, y'all. Dom is going to win that mega title in Mexico. But you had Dragon Lee and Mr. Iguana versus Judgment Day. I am a fan of Judgment Day's music. I think Judgment Day is getting their panache back. I think they need to put them in more tag team feuds. If not, let Finn. I like the team. I like the group. It's still showing the dissension of it. I think once Dom does win this title, I think this is going to be the start of his face turn. Him winning the mega title in Mexico. But I like Judgment Day. I am becoming a fan again of Judgment Day. They end up winning the match. Dom comes in. They jump Iguana and Dragon Lee. Vikingo comes out. They're trying to give Vikingo some cheers. He may get more cheers in America, but they don't like him in Mexico. He's going to get booed again in Mexico. Becky Lynch does a little interview. She sounded real Donald Trumpish, y'all. She sounded real, this is how I really feel type shit. Hold on. But, we'll see. Then you had your Bayley segment. She's hearing voices. I saw people in the chat like, Bayley's going to turn heel. Of course Bayley's going to turn heel. Bayley's going to turn like to Two-Face. She's going to have the hooker Bayley. She's going to have the role model Bayley. She may turn three faces. Bayley faced Natty. Y'all know how I feel about Natayla. I think she's the worst wrestler. But outside of WWE, Natty's been doing some great work. But I hated her losing by submission. I hated her losing by submission to Becky. Natayla should have barely lost tonight. They should have gave her a good showing, because she has really been doing good work in GCW, in Bloodsport, in Triple H. She did an amazing job on Saturday. And what I hated even more is that she got saved by Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella can't beat Becky Lynch. Nikki Bella can't beat no Becky Lynch. Nikki Bella with the save? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But it is what it is. So we're going to get ready for the Becky Nikki Bella feud. You had a Sheamus interview. Rusev comes, interrupts. So at Clash of Paris, they're going to have a Donnybrook back match, which is a falls count anywhere, no disqualification match, which is going to be all over the place. That match is going to be crazy. Then they start talking about Naomi. Naomi's pregnant. And she comes out, she tells Adam Pearce, I'm not giving you this belt, And she made a comment about Jimmy likes the Netflix and chill. She said, y'all gonna have 9 months of some change, and I don't care if I'm coming back breastfeeding. I'll come back to win my title. And it sucks. And I said to myself, I think this is why it's hard for them to want wrestlers to have relationships, especially women wrestlers, because things like this happen. But I'm happy for her. I'm happy for Jey Uso. She made a comment saying the bloodline continues on. And, women, especially married women, want kids. And she's at the age where she wants a kid. So congratulations to Naomi. She was able to win the championship. We'll see when she comes back what's going to happen. When Becky had her baby, she was able to come back, and she was still the man. Becky, to me, is still getting her feet under herself right now. She's probably doing her best work since she came back from her pregnancy. So we'll see what happens with Naomi. This kind of puts a pause on the triple threat with her, Jade, and Bianca. Bianca's out. Naomi's out. Jay is kind of in limbo. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe we'll have just a Bianca versus Jade match at WrestleMania. That's what we all been shooting for. But I'm happy for Naomi. I think we knew it when they said it was an injury, but we didn't know what the injury was. And so they finally announced it. And it's actually probably on right now. I'm going to probably watch the show, the interview with Stephanie McMahon in its entirety when I get out of here. because I got some papers to grade and things of that nature. But I'm definitely happy for Naomi and the whole family with that. But it does suck because her with Stephanie. So I'm wondering what's going to happen if they're going to do a triple threat. If they're going to do, I know they're not going to just give Stephanie the title like they gave Asuka the title, right? Becky gave Asuka the title. They're not going to do that with Stephanie. And I hope they don't do like a Stephanie versus Io match or a Stephanie versus Rhea match, or Stephanie versus Lyra. They may do a battle royal or something like that. So we'll see what happens with that. So we'll see. And then of course we had the final match, the main event, which was a pretty good Extreme Rules match. Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker. A lot of chairs, a lot of beating up. Jey Uso was about to win. Bronson Reed came out, pulled the referee out. Then here comes LA Knight. LA Knight comes. Then here comes Seth Rollins. So you was going to have your shenanigans. Seth Rollins comes out. Then here comes CM Punk. CM Punk comes out. Bron Breakker gets the upper hand again. And then you hear Roman Reigns music. And I was not expecting Roman Reigns because he wasn't put in the title match. And I was like, oh, so I guess they are going to do Bron Breakker versus Roman Reigns. And Bron Breakker was ready to spear Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns came from the back, right? And speared the crap out of him and ended up with Bronson Reed. And he told Bronson Reed, I'll see you in Paris. So I guess Roman Reigns is going to fight Bronson Reed, which is good. It's going to give Bronson Reed some shine, even though I don't see Bronson Reed winning that match. But it ended with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso standing tall in the middle of the ring. But once again, this show was mid as fuck. It was so mid, I'm giving it a 2.5 ships. It wasn't memorable to me. It wasn't something that it was just a great show. I may even have to watch the show. I was cooking tacos. I was doing all types of other stuff. It wasn't something that made me just be like, I'm missing something. The matches was okay. I didn't like how the Natty Becky match ended. Penta and Xavier Woods was just okay. Io Raquel was probably the second best match besides the Jey Uso Bron Breakker, but I've seen Jey Uso Bron Breakker so much that even with the Extreme Rules stipulation, it was okay. Let's see, was there any more match? It was for the Dragon League, Mr. Iguana versus Judgment Day. I felt like I just saw that at Triple Mania with Mr. Iguana and who was that? Was it Psycho Clown? No. Who did Mr. Iguana wrestle with? He wrestled with somebody. Mr. Iguana and somebody, and against Judgment Day. And it was okay. They had the puppets and shit. I liked the little demon puppet, but it was better in Mexico than it was in Philadelphia. Just flat out. So it was decent. 5 matches, cool. It's weird to me because you got the same amount of matches on Raw that you have at your PLEs. I don't want that. I want more matches on your PLEs than I want on your Raw because it doesn't feel any different. It doesn't feel any different. I'm not, besides in your PLEs, you're getting definitive endings. I'm getting too many disqualifications or bullshit finishes in Raw. And it's not building, it's only building up like 1 or 2 things, right? It's only building up the main event. It's only building up maybe Becky. Io is building up a little bit, but that's more backstage, right? So I want something to really build it up. The Naomi announcement was kind of known, but we wasn't sure. So that was cool. But make sure you check us out this Thursday, DWild.radio, Thursday night house party. Our special guest will be Chappelle. I love y'all so much. I'm going to get up out of here. I got papers to grade. I got lunch to make. So, and you all see me yawning. Nigga tired. You know what I mean? So I love y'all. Y'all be a blessing to somebody's life. And as always, little niggas.
But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me. I tried to talk to him. But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me.